Vanity units can completely transform a bathroom, but they're surprisingly easy to get wrong. In this video, I'll show you how to install one properly while pointing out the 8 mistakes I regularly see that can lead to leaks, poor alignment, and hours of unnecessary work. In short, I'm going to show you how to properly install a vanity unit. Welcome back to the channel, everybody. No, I've not been on holiday. I've been out in the garden digging a path. Great fun. In this area here, as you can see, we've got pipes, spiders, and a little bit of electricity down there as well. We're going to be installing a vanity unit basin with a infrared tap. This is all part of the series of videos that I've been doing all about installing a lovely ensuite in my shed, so check them out. But without further ado, let me just show you what we got down here and let's get on with the video. Hold tight! So, what you always do, before you do work like this, get your cardboard box and you find out what you actually got to fit. So we've got a standard vanity unit sink with overflow. So when you look at these, you've got your overflow hole there that someone's lovingly covered up. Look! Some people, y'all. So the overflow obviously is for when this gets blocked, which it never will because I'm installing it, it'll work perfectly. If it fills up here, it overflows into there and it goes down a little duct at the back that is this thing here, okay? And then it flows into a nice little slot and out. Our tap, we've obviously got a special infrared tap going in. Look at that, a little infrared bit. So because this toilet is going to be used by my friends and sometimes some of my enemies as well, I don't want them to touch anything because they're all disgusting people who are racked with lice and vermin. Just make sure that when the tap's in, with its little decorative bit, that, look, so there's our decorative piece there. If that covers that up, we're all good to go. We're all good to carry on with the job. So that's one thing. The next thing you need to do is get all that off there without breaking anything. And this bit here, don't go anywhere. I'll be showing you all about this in a minute. Don't go anywhere. Might even do a little competition about the clothes I'm wearing at the moment. Should we do that today, Max? How will we do it? Best comment?
We'll work it out.
Best comment. I think I have an unusual question to ask you later on in the video, and then you can answer that question in the comments. Very heavy box. Just behind here, we've now got our hot and cold. I think that's our cold and that's our hot. And we've also got a power supply here because the infrared tap needs a 240 volt constant power supply to be able to function out. But the most important thing is we pop next door so you guys can see exactly where we're going to be putting the waste pipe for this, because there's nowhere here that you can see, is there? And also where we're actually supplying the water to these two bits because it's currently on, and switch that water off. Come with me. Toilet's through there. There's the toilet waste pipe, okay? Down here is my little 15 litre water heater that I'm using for the shower, but also the hot and cold, or the hot supply, to the basin that we're going to be fitting in a minute. I am going to change that for a 50 litre one because I took a shower in there a few days ago, got a bit amorous, and the water ran out. Cold. Small willy. Anyway, so the first thing we've got to do is figure out where our waste is going to go. So we're going to boss into this. I'll show you how we do a boss in a minute. So we're going to boss into this. We're going to go up here. We're going to pop through the wall in there, and then we're going to run everything out like that. So the first thing I've got to do is turn the water off, and I can just do that here like so. Oh, how easy was that, Max? Now we dissipate the pressure by flushing the toilet. Beautiful. And turning on the shower. We've all been there, haven't we, boys? Lasted what, 10 seconds before you've run out of drizzle. So the next thing we've got to do is build this lovely box here. But as it's a beautiful day, Max, why don't we do it outside next to my swimming pool that I'm doing some work on. And I'm going to do a video on that as well because I'm going to fully automate the swimming pool soon. So make sure you subscribe to the channel by clicking the link and give it a good old tinkle on the bell. There's nothing me and Max like more than a tinkle on the bell, eh, Max?
I love a tinkle on the bell.
You filthy man, Max. Now, we all love doing a little bit of flat pack, don't we? It's just the best thing ever. Even seasoned tradesmen like myself absolutely hate every second of this. The instructions are generally in hieroglyphics, or even if they're in hieroglyphics, they're virtually impossible to understand. One thing I like here is my little offset Bosch drill. Makes these jobs a little bit easier, especially when you're working into cabinets. You'll see loads of kitchen fitters using offset drills to make sure they can get their screws in without stripping them off in the corners. So I like to just get this roughly into position so we can just see a few things. So we know we've got to go back a bit, just to cut that bit of skirting board out. My brand new Bosch GAS 18 volt -1. Doesn't that look sweet? Right, so I just want to plan out now where I'm going to fit this, because this is kind of the next biggest thing that goes under there. And the way I'm going to do that is very simple. I don't think you're even going to believe how simple it is. I'm going to build the tap up first. We're actually going to attach it to the basin. Yeah? You didn't think I was going to do that, did you? So I'm going to feed this down here, but I'm not stupid. I know we haven't fitted this yet. Tell you what though, it does look sleek, doesn't it? Sleek and sexy. Obviously I'm just going to pull this out. No one's going to touch it, are they? I mean, if someone touches it, I'll just be like, can't you see it's infrared? There should not be one fingerprint on this for the rest of its life. Oh, eine kleine Nacht. So, this bit here, what this does, we got hot water in there, we got cold water in there. We set the mix so it's at a nice kind of temperature. As my son would call it, hot. And then we pretty much, well, this bit here is where we're kind of defined by, because that goes to our tap, of course. And then we've got our infrared section there, which I imagine we'll just pop that bit off there and feed it through. So what I want to figure out is where to fit this. I must admit, I would like to just fit it on the wood, because I know how hard these porcelain tiles are. They are rock hard. So I think that's what we're going to do. So that's the cold, that's the hot. And I want to be able to screw onto my... Should I do sideways, Max? I think you should do what makes you happy, Jimmy. Okay, man. Look at that. Perfecto. In the words of the Spanish, perfecto. Genuinely think I'm going to have to get some new cutting wheels on these soon. They're getting a little bit old school. A lot of you guys always say, why'd you put jointing compound on? Guys, it makes these fittings go up so much easier, and I've never had a leak with jointing compound after I've used it on a compression fitting. I want to use these flexis because I just haven't got the fittings today, and I can't be asked to go to the supplier, and it's all hidden. And actually, I think maybe you want to see these. These are called serpents, these things. Well, blow me down. Blow me down with a great big inflatable doll. That is not leaking. Oh, insane. Also want to give a big shout out to Jordan Artisan Electrics. Came in and first fixed for us yesterday. Charged me about £1,000, I think. Took him about 10 minutes, but as you can see, top work. Only joking, Jordan. It was 500 quid. Whee! So we're now going to drill our hole for our 32mm waste pipe. So there's a slit for our overflow. Tried to keep it so the holes that are there are facing the back bit. Oh, I don't really like that foam. Hopefully that will crunch down nicely. This is the swimming pool glue.
Why are you using that, Jimmy?
Because I've run out of solvent weld and I forgot to get some. I went to supplier this morning. All right, mate? Is that all right?
Smells a bit naughty, doesn't it?
Oh, this is naughty. So there you go, we've got the trap in now. We've got our 1¼ waste pipe in. All we've got to do is go the other side now and get that final connection into the 4-inch main. Done. So what we've got here is a bit of an issue with the fact that our pipes that are first fixed down were there. I don't know who fitted them. They're in the way, and I don't want to, I'm doing all I can to not drill the porcelain because I know how hard it is. But the problem I've got is that I haven't really got the drop going down there to the waist with the height of the boss and an elbow and everything for it to go in. And I am questioning what to do, but we'll find a way. And the drop you should go for is 1 in 40. So if every 40 centimeters across, you go down 1 centimeter. Another 40 centimeters, you go down 1 centimeter. That obviously isn't an ideal world, currently we're not living in that. So earlier, this bit here would have probably been coming out about there. So now we've brought it down to here. Hell yeah, look at that drop, biatch. Guys, plumbing is often problem solving, but I do not recommend you do what I'm doing here, all right? Because I'm stripping out rubber bits and I'm gluing generally where you don't glue, but it's still going to work. It's just not 100% au fait brilliance, okay? It's more trying to polish a big fat poo-poo. So this is the Bosch GGC 18 volt-12. Oh, it is one of my favourite new tools out on the line. The professional tools that Bosch are doing. It's a really easy, well, especially once you've got it in all the right stuff sorted out, it's a really, really easy way to cut studding cleanly with that, and then not having to worry about having problems with burrs on the end, that sort of thing. And if you have to do loads of cuts, loads of studding, this thing's amazing. I usually had this loaded up with the 8mm track in it. This will do 6, 8, 10 and 12mm, but at the moment it was on 8 and I'm now getting it round to 6mm, and you'll see why it's quality in a minute. Check this little baby out. So I want to cut this down, yeah? Usually you'd be getting a hacksaw faffing about with that or whatever. I'll pop it in here like so. Bit scared. There you go, look. Boom, there we go. Sexy. There you go, goes on nicely. Easy peasy lemon squeeze-arge. If you want a discount link for anything at Bosch Professional, then click on the link below at the end of the video and use the code PLUMBERPARTS1, all lowercase. Fed up with comments from people saying that the thing doesn't work because they put capital P plumber parts. It's always lower P plumber part. Get plenty of glue around there. There's glue going everywhere. So the slope wasn't as much as I thought because I wanted to avoid cutting into those tiles there. But we have got round it, but like I said, it's not 100% the way you should do it. One thing I would say is whatever you do, make sure you clip it, like a lot, okay? Especially with this sort of pipe actually, because when you're putting hot water down through 1¼ pipe, it can sag. So it's always a good idea to make sure you pop 1 or 2 clips in more than you would do, all right? Right, let's confirm the drop. Pop down every one of those, and it is a drop. Overall, yeah, probably about half what I'd usually want, really. But I'm being honest with you here, guys. I mean, it still will work fine, guaranteed, right? Just don't do what I've done today, apart from all that lovely clipping that no one's ever going to see because I'm going to build a worktop along here. So there you go, how not to install a lovely little vanity unit basin. If you want to know how to install things properly, then click on this video right here. You're going to love it. And you could win every garment of clothing that I'm wearing right now, other than my soiled underwear. To begin with, the chance to win this cat t-shirt, these fantastic cat shorts, and some cat workwear trainers, all you have to do is comment below, what other words can you call a cat? I'll pick the winners out by the 1st of July 2026.